Hi guys, welcome to our channel Little Too Simple, where we try to explain the most complicated topics in the simplest possible ways. There are various factors that come into play defining an economy. They include debts, tax collection, balance of trade, and interest repayments. The wheel that turns the economy is loaded with all this jargon, and money is what makes this wheel turn. So why don't countries just print more money and break the circle? We are sure all of you might have got this doubt at some point. So let us try and answer this age-old question in this video. From bartering to minting gold and silver coins, we have come a long way in our transformation of money. Now, with the introduction of inexpensive cotton paper banknotes that have a certain face value, the terms that define money are fulfilled more than ever. But with all this modernization, there is still a lot of check and balance. Generally, central banks are entrusted with the printing of banknotes, but this may vary from country to country, as the Bureau of Engraving and Printing prints banknotes in the US. The equipment required to print banknotes are provided by companies such as De La Rue, which provides the governments with prints and security paper. This company sells high security paper and printing technology for over 69 national currencies to ensure the security of their banknotes, and in due course curb any counterfeit production of these banknotes. But now, with modernization in the banking sector, the use of digital currency is increasing day by day. Digital currency is also issued and regulated by the central banks. Although digital currency has gained its popularity through the years, economic analysts still don't believe that physical cash will be becoming obsolete anywhere in the foreseeable future. Currency all around the world is traded as having a free floating value, which means that their value isn't specifically tied to anything, so they're worth what people say they're worth. Certain factors then come into play that further define what a currency is actually worth, and the first and foremost factor is the demand and supply of a particular currency. Let's say in a class of 20 students, there is one pencil to provide for the needs of all the students. And when presented with this scenario, the students will gladly try to trade in their lunch money to acquire the pencil, as the demand for the pencil is greater than its supply. The value of the pencil has now strengthened. But after seeing all the rumble the students have raised in trying to acquire the pencil, the teacher decides to hand out a pencil to each student, thus diminishing its value, and now the students might not be as much tempted to trade in their lunch money and may just buy lunch with it. Likewise, when a government prints money without its due demand being present, the government might just devalue its own currency, resulting in inflation. This demand for money is determined by gross domestic product, commonly known as the GDP of a country. Explaining what GDP is demands its own video, but in short, it is the value of all the goods and services produced by your country in a year. If the money printed by your country is more than the GDP, the currency gets devalued, as there is more money in circulation than the amount of goods and services produced by the country. One such example can be given about Zimbabwe. After gaining its independence in 1980, Zimbabwean dollar was introduced, which was traded against the US dollar at 1:1 value. But soon, Zimbabwe introduced new land reforms in 1991, which aimed at evicting white landowners in the country and placing farms in the hands of black farmers. The new farmers were less experienced than their counterparts, which led to decreased agricultural output, which accounted for Zimbabwe's one-third foreign exchange earnings. The land reforms led the US and IMF placing trade sanctions on Zimbabwe, and so the demand of Zimbabwean dollar plummeted, and to add fuel to fire, Zimbabwe started printing more money in the year 2000 to finance its military involvement in Democratic Republic of Congo and to cater the high wages of government officials and the army. Much of this printed money was used for self-dealing. All these factors, along with the institutionalized corruption of the Zimbabwean government, played its part in decreasing investor confidence in Zimbabwean dollar. The supply increased and the demand decreased, leading to hyperinflation of Zimbabwean dollar, which meant that $100 trillion banknotes came into circulation, and during the peak month of inflation in November 2008, one USD was equal to around about 2.6 billion Zimbabwean dollars. This hyperinflation led to redenomination of Zimbabwean currency, occurring on 3 separate instances in 2006, 2008, and 2009. To sum it up, unregulated printing of money was one of the leading causes for the devaluation of Zimbabwean dollar. So the takeaway from all this debacle is that unregulated printing of money by a country can lead to serious inflation and devaluation of their currency, leading to eventual economic crisis. This is the reason why governments tend not to print money at will. Hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Have a great time guys, and see you all in the next video.